Hey guys, this is Alex from Paintball 101 Info, and today we're going to be reviewing the Babylon G6R low pressure kit, and we're going to show you how to install it. I've already got it installed, and we're going to do a short little review as well as a shooting video. So it's actually really easy to install. All you have to do is remove the front portion of the gun, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So first let's take off the eye covers. I've noticed a really big difference between the high pressure and the low pressure kit. A lot of people say that their efficiency goes down with the low pressure kit. I haven't really noticed anything, but it's not really a big deal for me because at my field we get free air. So a lot smoother kick, a lot quieter, just overall a nicer shot. I was able to lower my dwell down a little bit to 5.5 instead of 6. So that's just a little heads up. And my LPR pressure is the same at 75 psi. So we got one side off, and now we just need to unscrew the eye board. This is really easy to do as long as you make sure that you don't knock any O-rings off. Those are kind of a pain to replace or to get back in their place, and you'll see when we get into it what I mean by that. So there's one side, and we'll do the other. But definitely a really good upgrade. That's probably the only upgrade I would recommend, and that's all I have right now. But I know a lot of friends that have the pillow bolt and the hush bolt, and they haven't really done anything. And again, even like with the 4 CIs, that's not really a needed upgrade unless you're playing on semi-auto. But for ramping, there's no need for 4 CIs. These screws are always a pain to get out. Okay, so we got the 2 eye boards out and disconnected. Next thing we can do is take our feed neck off. Oops. And I do have a pressure tester coming in here soon, so we will get a review on that, and we'll show you guys how to use that. Don't know why it does not want to come off. There we go. Just need to loosen that and this will come off. There's no ridge like the Egos. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take the LPR off. This isn't really needed, it's just easier. We need the Allen key in, and we will take the high pressure regulator off. This just gives us space to put our Allen keys in. And it's not really, doesn't really take too long, so why not just do it? The right side's Allen key, and we'll take the bottom frame screw off. There's essentially 3 screws holding this half in place. The frame screw on the bottom, and then the 2 side screws, and the feed neck. That's all that's holding this in place. But it does a really good job. And sorry, this screw's a little stripped, so it's hard to get in there. That's definitely one screw you don't want to strip. I'll probably send this and get a new one from Babylon soon. And sorry if I sound weird, I got kind of a pretty bad cold going on. Next we're going to take the side screws off, and it helps if you have like a longer Allen key. These ones you really want to torque down when you put it back in though. And these are fairly long screws too, so it takes a little bit. Okay, that's the left side, and we'll do the right side now. But yeah, this is really easy to do. Just split the two halves, and the pop's going to be right there. The only thing you have to worry about when putting it back together is making sure your O-rings are fit in the right place, and that you have your Poppet return spring in the right orientation. You'll see that when we pull this off. So, pull the two halves off. That's easy. There's the Poppet return spring I was talking about. Here's the back half. And just wipe the old grease off that. Or sorry, the front half. And then here, right here is the back half. You have an O-ring down here. You have two O-rings in this little hole right in here. And you have an O-ring right here. And this little white spacer looking thing, you just pull this out, and that right there is your Poppet. So that's the Poppet. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right here, and then we'll go to the conclusion, because to put this thing back together is just the reverse steps. So we'll see you in the conclusion. Okay, so in my opinion, the low pressure kit is totally worth it. Makes your gun shoot a lot smoother, a lot quieter. You don't really notice any efficiency loss, or at least I didn't. And overall, it made my G6R shoot a lot nicer, and it made me feel like I'm shooting more of a spoolie than a Poppet valve gun. And the G6R is already smooth as it is, but this just totally made the gun shoot a ton smoother. Definitely would get it. So we're going to bring it outside and do a quick shooting video. Okay, so here we go. We're going to test the low pressure kit in the Babylon G6R. Everything's stacked but the low pressure kit. Dwell is at 5.5 milliseconds, 75 PSI, 180 PSI, shooting about 290 feet per second. It's like 25 degrees out here. It's really cold. We're shooting Empire custom blend paint with the Slide ProMark diesel, .689 size in the back. Bores out at about 685. So here we go. Show the kick. And that's it. Shot real smooth. You see barely any kick. I was shooting it like this with the kick test. So it's quiet for a Poppet valve. It's a lot quieter than it would be with the actual high pressure Poppet in it. Keep in mind it's really cold out here. The gun doesn't really like cold temperatures. At least in my experience it doesn't. And the carbon fiber tends to make that louder. So it's the G6R.